Hello and welcome to Kedrick Farms. We're back with another episode of Lincoln Creek, Nebraska, and our truck is still stuck up on the side of the road there. So we've got a loaner today. We've got this nice 2020 Chevy 3500 heavy duty we're going to be using today. We already called a tow truck. We're going to have a tow truck come out and get the Ford. It isn't starting up, so maybe we got some air in the system that needs to be bled off or something, but today we're going to be using this Chevy to get that bale trailer and pick up the last handful of bales that we've got on the field there. This is an awesome mod that I found on Mod Network. It's got a pretty good detailed interior and such, so I'm liking this a lot. As many of you on the channel know, I am a Chevy fan. But we've been using that Ford Super Duty because it's an awesome mod that we were given access to test. So this is a good opportunity to just jump into another truck here and give it a spin here. So let's get out to the field and see what we can do to get this trailer switched over and get this Ford towed back up to the shop and get it fixed up here. All right, we are coming up here on the place where we ran out of fuel here. Looks like the tow truck's already out here, so we're gonna go ahead and just pull over here. We're gonna get everything disconnected and see if we can figure out how to use this here tow truck mod. I've been wanting to try this mod out for a while, and I thought, this is a perfect case. We've got a valid excuse here to give it a shot. So first things first, we're going to have to go ahead and get this gooseneck disconnected here. So we'll put our jacks down and disconnect that. We're going to put our tailgate down here so as we pull forward, it's not going to rip the back of our truck apart here. And man, this thing got dirty bouncing around in the field yesterday. So this will be a fun time to get this thing hauled up. We definitely need to get it cleaned up. So now this is the first time that I've used this particular mod. I'm really excited to have a lot of these utility style vehicles in Farm Sim now. And so we are going to pop open our menus here a little bit and see what we can do to sort this out. So I think the first thing we had to do is just pull this thing forward a little bit here so that we can get this trailer out of the way. I forgot the tow truck is only capable of pulling the vehicle from the rear at the moment. So we're going to go ahead and see what we can do to get this gooseneck trailer all hooked up here. We'll get kind of spun around here and try and sneak in here at an angle. Not the best positioning here for hooking up to this, but we should be able to sneak this out of here and just pull it up here right onto the side of the road. Something like this is going to work out for us. Kind of start clearing the road a little bit in case we get some traffic coming by here. And now we should be able to take this tow truck, and if I'm not mistaken, we've got this piece up here that I can grab, and we're gonna take this right around to the back of our truck and get this hooked up. And this is just gonna give us something to hook onto with the tow truck here. So let's give this a shot. So let's whip this tow truck around to the back and see what we can do to actually pick up this pickup. Now, I haven't played with this too much. I think there's both modes. I think you can put the bar underneath the pickup to kind of lift it up a bit. All right, so after a little bit of monkeying around here, I think we've got this sorted out. So we're gonna put this bar under the truck here, get it in position, kind of lift this up a bit if we can. Let's see, I've got to get it, we got to get squared up just a smidge better here. We're lifting on this truck at a little bit of a funny angle, so we definitely want to be lifting this up straight. We can extend this bar here to get it kind of under the back of the truck here, and then lift this up to get the attachment point a little bit closer for us. And then I'm going to go ahead and strap that together. Not exactly the safest. Here, actually, let's unstrap that and see if I can pull the truck a little bit closer. Something like that. And we'll strap that nice and close here. And we should now be able to tow this thing back up. Oh, we've got our fuel door open here. Let's make sure that stays closed. And just like that, we've got the tow truck all hooked up here. And we're going to have this guy haul this right back up to the garage for us. So with the Ford headed back up to the farm, we're going to jump back into this heavy-duty Silverado that we've borrowed and get out here in the field and see about picking up this last line of bales. We've only got a handful of bales left, and so this should go right quick for us. We were able to finish up our tillage here as well. I think the quad track is all good and ready to go, so let's go ahead and hop out here and get this fired up as well. We're going to need to fold this thing up and send it back up to the farm here. This speed till folds up real nice here. And so I think I'll go ahead and get this guy moving back up to the farm. And then we'll jump back in and pick up these last handful of bales. We kind of pushed these out of the way so we could do that last row of tillage here. So we've got all of our bales loaded up here on the trailer. We're going to haul these up to the sell point here real quick and get these unloaded. And then we're going to head back up to the farm. I think we've got most of our work done here for the season that we're planning on doing. The next thing that we've got to do is actually sell the loads of sunflowers that we harvested in that field up near the house. That was a custom job that we were doing for somebody. They wanted some sunflowers, and so it's time to deliver on those and see what kind of money we're going to make. So we need to get done with this bales. These bales have dragged on for far, far too long, and get set up to start hauling some of our crops up to their appropriate places so we can start pulling in some money from all the hard work this year. All right, so just like that, we are finally done with bales. Before we head back up to the farm, let's jump into the finance screen one last time here and take a look. We have sold a grand total of just over $32,000 of bales, which does not even come close to covering the cost of the baler that we spent this year. I believe we bought this here, a square baler, to tackle all of those at $105,000. So that's a longer term investment. I mean, realistically, you wouldn't expect to be getting your entire return on an investment like that in 1 year, but from a farm sim perspective, again, I'm just not sure the bales are worth all of the extra effort here. So I don't know. I'll have to think about that. I can't wait to check out how it's going to work in Farm Sim 22. We'll be definitely trying out, I think, a lot of things that I don't like to do in Farm Sim 19. We'll be trying everything again new in Farm Sim 22. Just to see how it's changed. But for today, let's get ourselves back on up to the farm and check on how everything's doing up there. We've got a few things in motion at the farm. So we're coming back up here to the farm. We've got the tow truck here waiting for us already. I kind of got distracted with the bales and we forgot all about meeting the tow truck up here. So we're gonna go ahead and pull this around here and see what we can do to get that truck into the shed here. So I'm just gonna put this thing up here in the yard and out of the way a little bit here. Now I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna have this tow truck driver pull through the shed so we can actually leave the truck here in the shop. So we're gonna hop in here with him and just make sure he's going in the right direction. So we've got this smaller door here which should be tall enough for this tow truck to get through, And we're just gonna pull straight through here, drop the truck alongside the shelves and stuff here so we got easy access to it, and then he should be able to pull out through this big door. So let's see if we can get this guy unloaded here. We don't have a great view of things here. We're gonna go ahead and set this bar down a little bit here, take some of the pressure off of the tow hitch here. We're gonna release the straps, and then I think we can just set this guy all the way down here. And if we pull up with the tow truck like this, I can go ahead and fold this tow bar back up, and we're gonna hop out. We've got to get this plate off the back of the truck. So I think we can just grab this thing, and I should be able to load it right up here on the back of our tow truck. Something like that, I think. And we'll just attach that so we don't lose it. We're gonna hop on in the truck here. It's already starting to get dark. It's been a busy day. Plus, we're running the clock pretty fast here to keep our grain dryer going here. And so we're gonna say goodbye here to the tow truck. He's gonna go ahead and head back on up to town, and we're gonna call that a night. It's been a crazy night here. We're running the dryer. We've got our Ford in the shop here. We're gonna do some work on that here, get everything all fixed back up. Let's close all of our garage doors here. You can see here, looking as we roll past midnight, our loan interest rate is about $833 a day. Plus, we've got a little bit of a vehicle and property maintenance there. So we're coming in just under $1,000 a day in money we're paying out. All right, we managed to get the truck back up and running here. I suspect we just had some extra air in the lines that needed to be bled off. Normally the truck's able to handle that. There's systems in the newer diesels here that take care of that for you, but I don't know. We got it up to the shop. We cleaned everything up, and she's running just fine now, so I'm excited about that. I was gonna hook this trailer up, but honestly, I think we should probably come up here and check on the corn dryer real quick. We've got to be getting close to having all this corn dried. We've been running the dryer pretty much non-stop for the last 24 hours. So it looks like we're through, oh yeah, the bulk of this corn here. We've got a good chunk of it in the dry side of things. So let's go ahead and get the dryer unloading here. I'd like to get all of this dry corn that we can into the bins here, and then we're gonna need to get switched over. We've got a sunflower contract here that needs to be delivered today. We've got just over 2,000 bushels of sunflowers, which we'll see how many truckloads that is. It's between 1 and 2 truckloads. I'm not sure how many we can get into these big triple axle trailers. So we're gonna be checking in on that here in just a minute. But let's start off by getting some of this dry corn moved over into the bin. Looking at how much corn we've dried overnight here, I think maybe I'll get the semi fired up here so that we can make one big trip to get as much of that corn over here as possible. And the reason why I'm kind of focused on that is I don't want to have to move my augers around a bunch, and we're going to need to move that smaller auger in order to start unloading the sunflowers here from the appropriate bin. And so while this is going up into our big bin here, we're going to get this semi warming up. So we've got lots and lots of corn. Let's go ahead and just use the semi to bring a load of this corn over as well. I think if we can get both of these trucks running here, I can move the bulk of this product into the bin here in just a few moments. If we weren't going to be close to done with FS19 here, I'd probably spend some time cleaning up a few of these mods. I love this little Westfield unload auger. I just wish it had a discharge animation. Looking at the size of these trucks, I forgot just how big these trailers are set up to be from a capacity perspective. I'm not sure. There's not too many roads in the US that I'm aware of that you'd be able to haul almost 3,000 bushels in a semi. I think that is probably pushing the weight capacities a bit here, but that's all right. We're gonna go ahead and get this brought over to our bin here. It's gonna make short work of emptying out all of this corn that we dried overnight. And I guess we gotta get our grain truck out of the way here, so let's go ahead and get jumped into that. And we'll run this grain truck right back over to the dryer and get it filling up here so that we can keep this thing moving. It looks like we've got quite a bit of capacity built up here. And we'll test our backing up abilities here, see if we can get this semi lined up with this auger here on the first try. Maybe. I don't think we're quite coming in straight, but I think we're coming in good enough, I like to say. That's probably going to take just a moment to unload here. We've got quite a bit of corn in this big trailer. I mean, this trailer is just ginormous, so if we just walk over here and knock on the side of our bin, we're at 40% capacity. We're not going to have any problems getting the rest of the corn in here. And if we run back over here, it looks like we've got most of the dry corn out of the dryer now. We've got another full grain truck here, so we can run that on over to the bin here. I expected actually our semi to be done unloading here already, but it looks like he's still going at it. We're starting to pile up in the auger here a bit. Just getting done, it looks like. Let's double check, make sure we are indeed all emptied out here in the trailer. So we'll go ahead and I think try and fill one more load here out of the auger into this semi. This should be the last load of corn that's in the dryer right now. We've got probably one more big semi load here to go, but we've got some time before it's done drying, I think. Yeah, we've got 9.5 more bushels there in the dryer, so not too shabby. We've got a half load of corn here, so actually I'm gonna leave this semi parked right here, and we'll use that. We should be able to keep the corn dryer moving with that semi parked there. And this will be the last load out of the grain truck for now. I think all we need to do is get the unloading auger moved over now so that we can tackle hauling up this load of sunflowers. So as much as I hate to move things around when we're still trying to finish unloading the dryer here, I don't want to get hung up too long waiting to haul this sunflower contract in. And so we're going to move this semi back out of the way just a little bit and see what we can do to roll this guy over here to the sunflowers. So I like this little unload auger. It's got a cool little set of caster wheels. I don't know what you call those, but it steers itself pretty well here. From a farm sim perspective, sometimes these little augers can be kind of a pain to get moved around, and this one just works out really well. So like I said, despite the animation thing, this is one of my favorite little unload augers here. We're gonna go ahead and make sure it's all set up. It looks like it is for hauling the sunflowers, so we've got it fired up here. Let's grab the other semi, and we should be able to fill this guy up here with that sunflower load. I think they're all gonna fit in this one semi trailer, which should work out pretty well for us. So let's see if we can swing this guy around in an appropriate fashion. And something just like that, we should be able to get these sunflowers all filled up here. And boom, we've got a full load here. So we'll get this truck all tarped up and send it on up to the elevator here. Well, that's where the contract needs to be delivered. So we'll get this guy moving and grooving and check in at the elevator. All right, so here we are back up at the co-op, and we've got to go ahead and get this truck unloaded here. if I'm not mistaken. We're gonna dump right here. So we've got our first batch of income here, 21,391. We had to restart the dumping process to avoid wrecking the truck on the overhead here. I always forget with these big hydraulic lift trucks how high up they go. And there we go, a second round up, 30,000. If we just hop in here, that brings us to a total of 51,387K sold on those sunflowers, which is a fair amount of money. And so we've now got $61,000 in the bank. We can go ahead and use that to pay down a good chunk of our loan. We're down to $150,000 in loan, which means we're definitely going to be able to pay off the loan with the money we're going to get from our corn harvest this year. So we're going to head on back up to the farm here and focus on getting the corn moved through the rest of the dryer there. Oh my goodness, we've got another field full of bales that I forgot all about. I forgot we haven't picked up all of the soybean stalk bales over here. Oh my goodness. Well, I guess I know what job we're going to be doing off camera here to get a last bit of these bales moved up into the animal dealer there. We will not be spending a lot of time in episode on that job though, as I have had about my fill of working with bales. Hopefully you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, drop a like. That's all for today. Ketterk out. Man, I gotta say, this is pulling hard. We're topped out here at 26 miles an hour. It's almost like we've got the brakes set on the truck or something still, and it's just pulling hard. Should have taken it out of gear. Oh dear, we've really broken the truck. Look at our mud flaps. I mean, look at the top, but maybe we should have pulled forward just a little bit here first. There we go.